I'm going to talk to you about supporting documentation, and this is documentation that you're going to need when you're doing your home loan application. You put in the application, you're going to fill that all the information out, and then that's going to get sent. The lender's going to be able to pull the credit report and see that end of it from a liability in your credit and your debts. But what they're going to require is what we call supporting documentation. This is going to be, could be your taxes, a couple years of taxes, 2 months worth of bank statements. With your 2 months worth of bank statements, they can't take a screenshot from the computer. It's got to be the PDFs. So if you go online and do the banking, like 90% of us do now, you go on there, download your bank statement into a PDF, and you can just email that over. So just know you can't do a screenshot, you can't do the account summary. It's got to be the full bank statement, and even the blank pages. So you might have a 4-page bank statement. Just download the whole thing, and page 4 might be blank. That's okay. It's got to be included there. The other thing we're going to ask for W-2s and 1099s if 1099s apply to you, and those are going to be for the last 2 years. So if you're going into the next tax year, let's say it's January, end of January, the new W-2s are out. So you're going to be expected to have that W-2 of that recent year. You won't be expected to have the taxes of that year until after April 15th. But the W-2s will take effect. It's going to be the most current information. The other thing you're going to need for supporting documentation is going to be your most recent pay stub. Now, it used to be that we needed the 30 days worth of pay stubs. Things have shifted, things have lightened up, and they could change back. But right now, as I'm doing this video for you, the most current pay stub showing the year to date. So you might get paid weekly, that'd be your weekly one. If you get paid every 2 weeks, then it'd be that one. Your most recent pay stub showing the year to date income. And that's all that's needed on that. Okay, moving along with the supporting documentation. If you're using retirement pension income or Social Security income, VA disability income, you're going to need letters that state, this is my award letter, this is my VA disability award letter, or this is my Social Security award letter. You're going to need the award letters showing this is how much you get paid. If you're using retirement accounts to purchase the home, that's where some of the cash is coming from, you're going to have to show 2 months of those retirement accounts too. On the bank statements, I just want to go over that too. If you have a checking account, a savings account, and your money coming out of the savings account, you don't need to show the checking account. It just needs to be wherever that money's coming from. So if you have 4 accounts, but the money's only coming out of one, that's all the lender needs to see. In regards to divorce, if you were divorced 10 years or sooner, then you need to supply your divorce decree. And in that divorce decree, a lender's looking for, do you owe alimony or child support? So they need that information to be able to make sure that you're including all your debts. That's the whole idea of this supporting documentation, is to prove what you put on the application. So if you had a divorce, you're going to be asked for a divorce decree. Bankruptcies. On the bankruptcies, you're going to be asked for the discharge papers. That's when the bankruptcy was finally over. So when a bankruptcy is there, and it'll show up on a credit report, they're going to say, as part of the supporting documentation, I need that bankruptcy discharge paperwork. So be prepared to show that. The other thing in supporting documentation, there's what we call a letter of explanation, or LOEs. A letter of explanation is just what it says it's doing. It's explaining part of your situation and clarifying that for the underwriter. So a letter of explanation might be necessary if, let's say, you're living at home with mom and dad and you're not paying rent, and you're doing that so you can save up money to be able to buy a house. Okay, so they want to know, why don't you pay rent? Very easy. You do a letter of explanation to whom it may concern. I'm living at this address. It's the address of my parents, and I'm doing this so I can save money to buy a house. Sign it, date it, done. So little things like that really help with a letter of explanation. You put it in there. A letter of explanation might be necessary for why you have certain inquiries on your credit report. Maybe you filled out an application for credit at Best Buy for a card or something like that, but you didn't get the card. They're going to see it. It's going to pop up on the credit report. So they might say, I need to know, did you get a credit card from these people? Because you can't tell if you got one or not if it's pretty current, and you wouldn't know until you started using it, but it's still something the lender wants information on. So you do a letter of explanation, fill it out. No, I applied for this, didn't use it. Even, I don't know why that's on there. I don't recall doing anything. No, I don't have a card from Best Buy. So simple things like that with letter explanations. The supporting docs is something that's going to be requested from you within a day or two of completing the loan application. Hey, this is stuff I need so that you can prove what you stated on the loan application. The letter explanations, you might be required to do those right at the beginning with a couple, hey, we need some clarity on this. And myself, when I'm going through with my coaching clients and I'm helping them with the lending, I'll go through and write up the letter explanation myself, type it up, email it over to them. They can print it, sign it, scan it, send it back over. So some things you know at the beginning. Other times as you're going through, the underwriter might ask a question. Hey, I need some clarity on this. Can you get an explanation on that? If the lender's done their job and gotten the information up front and had the conversation that they should have with you, they probably already know a little bit about it. So it's just a matter of getting in touch with you, saying, hey, this is what we have to clarify for the underwriter, write up an LOE and send it in. So those could be things that go on through the throughout the 2-3 weeks that you're going through getting the loan. But just know that the supporting docs, they're very important. The sooner you get them to them, the sooner you're going to get your answer on that loan. So when those supporting docs are requested, you want to get those on the letters. It says 5 days. It's better when the clients act faster and get them in within a day or two. But in knowing this now, you know what they're going to ask for. You can get the stuff ready before you even talk to a lender and be ready to go on that. Okay, that's it. Supporting documentations. That stuff's really important. Don't skip out on it. You know, the lenders need this stuff to verify. It's not like it was in 2005, 2006, where if you were breathing, you got a loan. Right now, you just have to show proof of what you put on the application. Makes sense, right? All right, we'll see you in the next module.